It's an absolute honor to be here. We are a product of our ancestors and an anchor of inspiration for those to come. So I pray in gratitude for those who have walked before me and pray in hope and prosperity for those to come. On that note, today I'm here to speak to you about my journey with rhythm, how it affects me positively, and how it affects those around me positively. So before I continue talking, I invite you to do a little something with me that I do usually when I work with groups. So I invite you to breathe with me. On 3, I'd like you to take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. And let it go. Once again. Breathe in. And let it go. One last time. Breathe in. And let it go. Thank you so much. It makes me feel much more calm. So, I've been drumming since as long as I can remember. So, this has a lot to do with my parents. My father used to play the guitar and the drums in his IIT Kharagpur days. My mother used to be a radio jockey for All India Radio in Kolkata, where I was born. And I remember the sound of music more than anything else growing up. I used to drum on anything, on plates with spoons, on pots, on pans, on buckets, just about anything I could get my hands on. And as luck would have it, my father decided to help me in that process and bought me my first drum when I was about 10 years old. And it's been no looking back ever since. Soon I started practicing and therefore playing with many bands. It's therefore been an honor to play with a band called Agnee, a band that I really respect and I've grown up listening to, in fact. Apart from this, I've had the good fortune of sharing stage with the likes of Vidwan Vinayak Ramji, Sivamani, Taufiq and Fazal Qureshi. I've shared stage with Raghu Dikshit, with Dhruv Ghanekar, performed at MTV, Coke Studio, and Unplugged. And really, it's been an amazing journey in terms of my own percussion performance. And of course, the best is yet to be. In all of this, I was performing a lot, so I realized, great, it's helping me to become a great performer, to practice and be the best I could be. But I realized that there is something more. There's something more happening. It's helping me root myself in this place better. So I realized early on that there's definitely something more to music than meets the ear. And the deep-seated therapeutic effects of music and of drumming that I was feeling on a first-hand basis had to be communicated to the world. So, along with my bachelor's and master's in clinical psychology, I started doing some research. I knew on a personal level that this works. Yes, drumming works. Music works. But that wasn't enough. I had to put numbers to something that otherwise is not very genuinely or truly measurable. But we live in a day of empiricism, and numbers matter. So I said, okay, let me try. Let me do this. Let me go forth and do my research. People looked at me with suspicion, disbelief, but those looks started changing. They started changing and became looks of awe, surprise, and now acceptance. So along with my bachelor's and master's in clinical psychology, playing with bands professionally, I shadowed my then mentor, Mr. Zubin Balsara, for 5 long years and worked really hard to make this dream of spending every day of my life spreading joy through rhythm a reality. And I started researching, I started writing papers. I've co-authored some papers, one of which was published in the Journal of Arts and Health, published by the Canterbury Christ Church University. I co-authored 2 chapters in a textbook by Oxford University Press about arts and health, policy and practice. And today, I can say that yes, there is now a growing body of knowledge in this area of arts, health, and stress reduction, and being more healthy. I remember not sleeping too much, but I remember drumming being my respite. And it still is today, frankly. So I realized that I was drumming with people from all kinds of backgrounds, from various heritages. I drummed with students, with teachers, with open communities, with corporates, with special needs groups, with at-risk groups, with spiritual groups, with government offices, and even beauty pageant contestants. So the highlight of this, of my work with people, has been the chance to drum with the First Lady of the United States of America, Mrs. Michelle Obama. And thank you. Thank you. And Srimati Anandiben Patel, the Chief Minister of Gujarat. And I've also had the good fortune to be able to perform for the meeting of the Japanese Prime Minister, Mr. Shinzo Abe, and the Indian Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji. So, in all of this, I realized, wow, we're drumming, but we're not only drumming. We're doing a lot more. Because, of course, when you think of drums, you think of fun, celebration, woohoo, you think of a lot of energy, right? But I believe that intention is everything. Intention gives energy direction. And in this, we drummed for various objectives. Objectives, of course, such as fun and happiness and celebration, but more, such as stress reduction, relaxation, team building, group cohesiveness, communication, motivation, so much more, right? And this is what sets us apart. So I realized that in this exploratory journey, I'm not in the business of drumming. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm in the business of facilitation. I'm a catalyst. I'm in a business of facilitation of an experience that reminds us of our true potential, an experience that reminds us of the vast, unending reservoir of energy that is each and every one of us, an experience that reminds us of a certain part of ourselves that we have forgotten. Why? Because we'd rather spend time chasing a monetary illusion than chasing a dream. We'd rather have 1 million likes than spot 1 million butterflies while walking barefoot by a riverside. We'd rather live in a mediocre marriage, pretend that everything is okay, than wear our hearts on our sleeves and do what it takes to be true to our heart, even if it means to betray another. We'd rather have a quick fix pill that solves our current health-related problem than take the time to get to the root cause, the emotional cause of this problem, and solve it in such a way that it never comes back. We'd rather be in a hurry than be happy. We'd rather deal with stress than do what it takes to live a stress-free life. We've all heard of what stress is, correct? Yeah, I'm sure we've all heard of what stress is. It is said that 80% of all illness is either directly or indirectly exacerbated through stress. That's quite a scary proportion, by the way. We're already living in a world where stress is globally a thriving industry. We already have a lot of definitions, but I'd like to break down this definition. So a nice, short, and succinct way of defining what stress is something my colleague Anand came up with. He calls it more in less. What does that mean? More work in less time, more sales in less days, more targets with less resources, more responsibilities with less manpower, more money with less clarity on priority of spending, more medals with less facilities for practice, more queues and less money. So, in all of this, I'd like us now to spend some time and be honest with ourselves and find out, how stressed are you? Let's read these. Do you feel that you're getting enough sleep? Do you feel you get enough time with yourself? Are you satisfied with your work-life balance? Are you bothered by pending things on your to-do list? Are you happy? So in all of this now, what is the solution? How do we cope with stress? How do we solve this problem? The psychologist in me couldn't help but list out a bunch of ways to do this. And of course, there's fight or flight, adapt, attack. There's a behavioral way. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to keep this fun. But I'd like to focus on the last point, which is an emotion-focused mechanism of how to deal with stress. This means internally identifying, accepting, and eventually altering the way we look at stressors. Or in simpler words, as Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda said, inner peace. Inner peace. Would whoever is making that flapping sound please quiet down? Inner peace. So we've all tried to meditate and had this tryst with meditation, yoga, and pranayama. And I'm willing to bet that we all relate to this Shifu example more than we think. So, apart from meditation, how can we achieve this state of being in the here and now? How can we achieve this state of thinking about nothing? When is the last time you remember thinking of nothing? When you're sleeping, maybe. So I invite you to now interact with me because I'm far better with interaction than I am with talking. So I'd like some house lights if that's possible. And I invite you to do something with me. Would you like to do that? Yes? At least most of you. You can be a little louder than that. All right. Okay, lovely. So, to start off with, I would like you all to think of a number from 1 to 8. All right? Have you thought of a number from 1 to 8? You need not tell me this number because I'm not going to play a magic trick on you all. Right? So, now next, I would like you to think of a sound. I would like you to think of a sound. So, my sound, for example, is... What is your sound? On 4, I would like us all to make this sound. Are you clear? Yes? Can we all make this sound? I'm sure you know it. You can shake off the shyness, all right? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So many of you are clapping. I'm sure you can dig deep within your creative reservoir and bring up something more. If you feel you would like to change your sound, you may do so. All right? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're talking. All right. You remember your number? Yes, that's a good sound. You remember your number? Good. So now I'm going to count from 1 to 8 repeatedly. When you hear your number, I will invite you to make your sound. It's that simple. Yes? Clear? Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. Many people are not making sounds. I can't see you, but I can hear you. We'll try it one more time, yeah? If you're shy, I suggest you shake it off. It's the best way. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? 3 people are ready. Thank you. This room now sounds like we have 300 people in it. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and stop. A big round of applause for all of you. Lovely. While we're at this round of applause, let's not stop. Wow, let me see what I can do. What do we call this lovely city of ours? Which city are we in? Come on, say it loudly. You know it, this name, I mean, for the youth or those who call it what it used to be called, there's the word drum in it. Did you realize it's such a rhythmic name? Isn't that amazing? Lovely. So just say what I say after me, or to start off with, do what I do. Are you ready? Come on. That's easy enough, isn't it? It's easy enough. Now listen carefully. Wow, lovely. That's great. Thiruvananthapuram. Wow. You can say it, you can clap it, you can do what you want, actually. What a lovely rhythmic city we have. Yeah? Thiruvananthapuram. 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 A big round of applause to each and every one of you. And stop. Okay, at this very moment, ladies and gentlemen, what are you thinking? Wow. I hope you meant that and you just didn't read what was on there. I'm, of course, modifying a lot of the work that we do to suit this format. And I hope that I've been able to give you a glimpse, or even, I've hoped that you've been able to scratch the tip of the iceberg of the world of percussion and arts and health. And more importantly, I hope that we make an important promise to ourselves. And this promise is one that we will be open to looking for what it is that we can do to find our own rhythm. And this doesn't mean everybody get a stick and start drumming. Well, if you did, I'd be really happy. But if not, I would really invite you to find your own rhythm. This means whether you find solace in baking bread or running, whatever it is that you do to achieve a state of flow, to achieve a state of being in the here and now. I wish that you do that. I wish that you open your hearts and let art back into your life. Thank you so much. Thank you.